Oh my goodness. Good morning. This guy is already whining. I got up late. Get me coffee. Oh man. Oops. Hold on, bud. One wheels. Gotta grab my garage clicker. Good morning, everybody. Daylan. And we're about to go on a one-wheel ride. And talk about some silly stuff. Hope you're doing great. It's the second day, 2024. And all right. Where did that silly mutt go? Oh, he's over there. All right. Good morning. Adventures of Daylan and Duke, part 2. Actually, I have other videos uploaded. I just haven't made them public because I don't know. I kind of feel like maybe they were trial runs to get to here. But all right. Good morning. Whew, it is cold today. I forgot my gloves. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I'm worried my hands are gonna get cold. Let's see how it goes. Anyway. Oh boy. Yesterday I uploaded the video. I made it public. I put it on Facebook's. Oh boy, I'm a little nervous just because I know how people can be very critical. So, and I guess I've always struggled with that. Oh well. I think it's time to get over it. All right, so January 2nd. And yesterday I talked about having an attitude of gratitude. And that's what I feel like God was telling me first thing 2024. Make sure no matter what, stay grateful for what I got, right? I got my health. I got my best bud, Duke. Duke is 14 years old. Still going like a champ, man. Like, just amazes me. But he's been there, he's loved me. I'll tell his story on another video. But actually, you know what? I think I might go over that a little bit today because it kind of fits with the topic. The topic I felt like God was wanting me to talk about today is, and this is what I heard as I was kind of getting ready to leave, is that God is a label. God is a label. And you know, it's kind of funny thinking about Duke. I said to this dog, this guy right here, has absolutely shown me what love is. If you have ever had a dog, you know how they just, I won't show you him taking a poop. You know that they love you no matter what. And sometimes, man, that love is uncomfortable. Sometimes, I know, in my own experience, I haven't felt like I deserved it. And that is often how I have felt about God's love even as well. Is that, wow, I am a real mess. Why do you love me? Why do you bless me? Why do you give me a life that I continually fuck up. Shh, I said a cuss word. And one day I was talking with my mom not long ago, and I was telling her about Duke and how he's loved me and how he has changed my life and my perspective. And I said, Mom, think about this for a second. I said, what does dog spell backwards? And she took a second and she was like, huh, I never thought of it like that. Right? Like, this guy, man, boy, oh boy, we got a rough history, him and I. It's great. It's a great history. We've had lots of fun and adventure, just like now. But I, in my hurt, in my inability to see myself and who I am, and deep feelings of unworthiness and bad programming from childhood, not even, I'm not blaming anyone. It's just everybody, when you're young, is programming you to perceive the world. Hey bud, let's go this way. Come on. No? Which way you want to go? I'll follow you today. And we know that now, right? I think it's Aristotle. Don't correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was Aristotle who said, give me a boy till the age of 7 and I will show you the man. What he's basically in his ancient wisdom trying to say is that, till you're 7, you are soaking in everything as, how do I operate on this great big ball of rock floating through space and mingle with all of the other people trying to do the same thing, right? How do I do that and survive? How do I do that and flourish? Oh, we got chickens today. Look at this. This rooster is the most beautiful freaking bird. He's a boss, man. Look at him. You're a good looking dude. What a cool rooster. Look at him puff up. Hey, bud. Anyway. So, I, like everybody else, have learned how to be a human from those around me. And then at some point it turns into, hey, you are also teaching other people how to be humans, because I have kids. And then they make you question freaking everything. And Duke here, I believe, is a representation, honestly, of God. Man, it is cold. I kind of wish I had my gloves. I have been really rough on this guy in moments where I felt he wasn't doing what I wanted him to do. Come on, bud. I would be very like, just angry with him. And I'd get physical with him in ways that I'm just really not proud of. And I know lots of people do, right? We are the masters of the beasts, is what they say. Oof, I gotta stick to the topic. It's almost 10 minutes in. All right. God is a label. I'm gonna jump back. Sorry, I don't want to forget about this because I felt like it was critical. My bad. It's a tough topic because I think there's going to be I kind of feel like I'm going to get some pushback, which is fine. But I'll define what I mean. God is a label for the voice. What do I mean by the voice? The voice that we all listen to in our heads, in our hearts. And even that, right? Like, I'm just like, it would be more clear to say on the inside. God is a label that humanity has developed, and it's God is the most universal. You could label it all kinds of things, like I said yesterday. Holy Spirit, ego, inner monologue, you name it. But God is the most universal word that we developed to describe the voice that's directing us. I'm not saying that as truth, but more so as my observation. And I've spent a lot of my life, a lot of my energy observing that. You guys who, if you're watching this on Facebook, you probably know me a little bit deeper because I've been, on there for a lot more time, but on everywhere else, haven't really spent much time in. And I've done a lot of things. I've spent the majority of my life pursuing God and what He told me to do. He meaning God. And in the last 3 years, I've really broken that down into something simpler, which I just call the voice. Whew. I'm gonna give my other hand this warm cup. Hold on. I should have worn my gloves. So, the voice inside is, I would say I don't want to say confirmed, but I've had conversation with others, my friends and family, that they say, yeah, I hear a voice, I listen to the voice is God, or the voice is the Holy Spirit directing me, or the voice is nothing, the voice is me. You can label it whatever you want. There's still a voice, and it's still directing, saying, hey, make these stupid videos, right? And whether we listen to it or not, that's the secret. So that's, when I asked the voice, when I asked God what I should talk about today, it was that. God is a label, and it is whatever you want it to be, as long as you're listening. That's the secret. It doesn't freaking matter. It doesn't freaking matter what you call it. It doesn't have to be a him, a her, anything other than you and me listening to it. Because if we don't, you end up with a broken shoulder. Like, you end up with a broken shoulder. The reason I say that is because I recently, November, I recently dislocated my AC joint. And what that is where the collarbone attaches to the shoulder. The joint right here. And the reason I say listening to God is that is an applicable example of it is because, and this might sound crazy, but moments, I've been saying like 3 minutes because it's what it kind of feels like, but it could have been shorter, honestly. About 3 minutes before, on the morning this happened, before it happened, I went to hop onto this one wheel, right here. Actually, it was my other one, my smaller one. I went to hop onto that like I do most mornings these days. And I heard, take your bike. Why don't you take your bike? Why would I do that? I enjoy my one wheel. And then 3 minutes later, I fell off the one wheel with my cup of coffee and my phone in my hand. Although this is different. I've got a little stand, a little grip and things. And I was not paying attention. I was looking for a video to listen to while I ride. So I was complacently riding my one wheel on the grass. And I fell off. I stumbled, hit my shoulder, pop. Next thing I know, my collarbone's sticking up. Didn't listen. Didn't think I had to. It was a simple, it wasn't a booming voice. There was no light from heaven. It was just a real quick suggestion, right? A still small voice. Sound familiar to anybody? So listening to the voice, man, I tell you what, it's critical. It's crucial. And if you do, maybe you don't break yourself. And if you don't, you might find yourself in a rough spot, having to muster up gratitude for something that you don't want to be grateful for. Like a busted shoulder. Or a lesson in a busted shoulder, am I right? Oh, man. I can already, I have this list of topics that I'm already building, of how I want to go down this road. That is my most recent understanding of my connectedness with God. After 3 years and lots of introspection and learning and studying and just so many things. That's what I'm after. That's what I've come up with. Ooh, gotta switch hands again. Cold. See? Why didn't God warn me about my gloves? Oh. All right. So I've committed to keeping some time frames here. 20 minutes is my mark for these little daily vlogs. I think that's plenty because most people don't want to listen to me. Probably more than that, if that. And at this point, I think what I want to do is just share my prayer. Prayer is another thing that I've recently started doing or labeling what I've always done with God, having conversation. And so, there we go. It's a label. Labels are, we make them important. We make labels important. Or we associate meaning with labels. I'll say that. And they're not what brings meaning. They just bring understanding. Or they give us like an anchor for our understanding. How about that? That maybe feels a little bit better. So, my prayer. My prayer to God is that, one, that I would be better at doing everything that I have committed to do. First, to not procrastinate. Second, to be disciplined. Third, to listen better. And I ask the same for everybody that comes across this stuff, you know? I hope that the algorithm brings this to somebody who needs it. God uses the algorithm with me all the time. Algorithms on all this software stuff that we create. And then the last thing I would pray is I've been creating a software company. I actually have two companies. Home inspection. I have told people no because I wasn't feeling like working a lot the last 3 years because I was broken in a lot of ways. And my business has kind of, dwindled because of that. And there's, other people in the area now and blah, 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 which, fine. But I hope that people, will begin to trust again. Second, report on is a software company that I've been trying to build for 3 years now. And the software is my grand vision of how I can begin to help humanity in the place that we spend most of our times these days. Our waking time is at work. And making that time more meaningful and less requiring of our attention. So, all right, I'm coming up on my hard stops. I appreciate you. Hit the like button if you feel like it. Dare I say subscribe, because I'm going to be doing these every day. I appreciate you. I love you very much. Thanks for watching me. Thanks for listening. Hope that this year is a massive blessing. I'll see you tomorrow. How about that?